Hello everyone, you tuned in to some breaking news on Love with the News. I'm your host, Love Jones, with the best ghetto black and white news report reaction. I hope you're ready to see what a hot mess we have here today. All views and opinions are welcome here, so please feel free to spam up the comments and share. Now watch me deliver. So apparently in the Diddy Combs trial, Judge Aaron Sabramian threatened to remove Combs from the courtroom for nodding and looking at the jury during testimony. The judge warned that this behavior was absolutely unacceptable and could lead to his exclusion if it continued. Combs' lawyer assured the judge that it would not happen again. Now let's take a look at what's going on here.
There is breaking news just now in the trial ongoing of Diddy Combs. Our Laura Coates has been covering. She's outside the court. Tell us about the theatrics inside the court.
There was a major moment just now inside of the Diddy trial. While the jury had left the room, the judge had a conference with the actual attorneys, at which point the judge said, I was so clear this morning to Mr. Agnifilo, who is the lead counsel. I was so clear this morning there were not to be any reactions to this jury. There were not to be any theatrics. Was I or was I not clear? Mr. Agnifilo said that they were clear about it. He then admonished Diddy Combs, the defendant in this RICO trafficking and prostitution case, that he had been nodding at the jury. He had been looking straight at the jurors. The judge, in no uncertain terms, said that that was not the correct behavior and that he threatened to preclude Diddy Combs from being inside of the courtroom for possibly the duration of his own trial if he continued to look at the jurors and nod and react in any way to the testimony that was coming in. This was a really big moment, of course, for the judge to make this statement. He is on trial, of course, fighting for his life, could spend the rest of his life in prison if he is convicted of all 5 charges.
Well, from the looks of it, it just looks like he's not having any good luck with the judge. I don't know how this is going to play out, but we shall see. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. So I will say that an ex-girlfriend of Mr. Combs using the pseudonym Jane did testify on today's trial and gave a tearful testimony at that. So it's just not looking good. Okay, here's what we have from Megan Vs.Tory on BBC News. Tory Lanez trial for shooting Megan Thee Stallion was divisive. Here's how it played out. Rapper Tory Lanez is in the hospital after being stabbed 14 times by a fellow prison inmate. The 32-year-old rapper sustained wounds to his back, torso, head, and face, and suffered 2 collapsed lungs in the attack, according to a post on his Instagram account. Despite his injuries, he has been able to breathe unassisted and is in good spirits, the social media update added. Prison officials said they were investigating the attack, which happened at the California Correctional Institution about 75 miles north of Los Angeles on Monday morning. They did not comment on a potential motive. It is the latest episode in a long-running saga involving a bitter war of words, a dramatic trial, and some of the biggest names in hip-hop.
Do you want to talk about what happened tonight? Your girl to safety?
Address that the incident occurred, the shooting happened?
Nah, I don't know the address, bro. I was just trying to help my girlfriend. 1 second, bro.
Stay right here for me, bro.
Lego.
Hey, we got an ambulance coming for her, okay? Hey, bro, step up right here. We got an ambulance coming for her, all right?
Just a quick question.
It's gonna be good.
Do you have any injuries on you?
No, I don't.
You need an R?
I'll come for your friend now, okay?
Yeah, y'all, here's an update on Tory Lanez. He's still in the hospital. He getting better, man. He taking it one day at a time. Hopefully he be home soon. Free Tory. Free Tory. I don't care who mad. Free Tory.
I never touched the gun, so I asked my lawyer to retest it, and sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said. I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? When I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it. Tory Lanez.
He's better than me.
And again, I truly believe if Tory Lanez is innocent, he should be freed and he should be compensated for time that he was wrongly convicted. But I also believe the person who pulled the trigger, that person should go to jail. And if Meg conspired to set him up and lie on him, of course she should do time. But I'm just saying, in an instance like this, and
I don't like this long-winded explanation.
No,
but the word conspired is so problematic because even if she didn't know, then she doesn't know. She can't say.
That's what I'm saying. So in an instance like this, we should all agree, if I'm in a situation that I did not know what happened, I shouldn't go to jail for that. Because I wouldn't want that for you. But I'm saying if the person did lie intentionally and set the other person up, she should go to jail.
Megan, you might be going to jail, girl.
I know what everyone's all thinking. If you didn't do it, why didn't you just say that you didn't do it? But in his defense, he said that he was protecting 2 black women. And I get it. I think we all can understand the desire to want to protect someone that we love. And it's just unfortunate it had to play out this way. Tell me what you think. Spam it up in the comments and let me know if you're Team Tory or Team Megan. So here we have another male versus female drama alert with DDG and Halle Bailey. Let's take a look.
I don't know. She said if she walked over here, you still on stream, she couldn't walk over here. She said she told you to get off. You said what? She told you to get off. She said she couldn't walk over. She was like, you better be on stream. I just told her to get off. She said she coming. Don't tell. I ain't trying to get no whooping, bro. Get a whooping. Tiago. I wasn't even supposed to get on stream today, y'all. Damn. Look, she coming. She coming. What am I supposed to do? I think he off.
No, he's not.
You want me to get up?
I mean, we're still on. We gotta go get some food.
Okay. I'm about to get up. Damn, she got a knife in her hand. Got a knife in her hand. Put it down. I gotta go, y'all, before I get whooped. I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the stream. I'll see y'all next time.
Now, granted, DDG has been known to clip farm, but I'm not sure if he would play about something like this. If this was serious, I don't know what would have possessed any of them to stay in the relationship, and I don't know if the brother or the mother knew about this, but I would have probably convinced my family member to exit stage left immediately. Let me know your thoughts.
DDG submits alleged text messages to the court in an attempt to prove Halle Bailey is mentally unstable and she shouldn't have custody of her kid. I have a knife. It gets worse. These are some of the text messages. She wanted to, I never want to be here again. I hate this song. I hate this, like, and DDG responded like, please stop taking it to this extreme. And this is giving me PTSD of one of my old relationships. Like, I had to deal with something like this. And she said, "Oh, this is proof. You leave me hanging here as a mother. You won't step up when I need you. I'm begging you. I just found out you're sleeping with Lala in Mexico." Anyways, I'm going to off myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. What? I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. Oh my God. And he said, "I can't have you acting like this." Yo, this is crazy. I'm just not reading this. "I hate you. You're the most horrible person I've ever met. I wish I didn't have to fight with you, but you continue to let me down every time." She's so mad, like she don't even know how to spell words no more. And when Soak about exchanging my son in a money deal for views and openly flirt and help every other woman in the world but me, "You hate me and want me to die. I want to die because of you. I will die because of you." Oh my God, y'all. I think, I ain't gonna lie, he's not wrong. She might be a little...
So those text messages did look a little insane, but I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, so I'm not judging. Now, most of us have had a toxic relationship before, but when a child gets involved, we would hope that the maturity level of the parents would increase. So today it looks like DDG was granted a restraining order against Halle Bailey and a sole custody plea was denied. And we're going to say allegedly because I'm just reading from an article, but this said restraining order was against physical and emotional abuse. I'm guessing from Halle's side. To me, this is typical young love drama. If you do have any thoughts you would like to share on this topic, please feel free to spam it up in the comments. I would like to take a look at how we should be behaving as wealthy, beautiful, melanated parents. Let's have a look.
Come on, man, go outside so that I can come finish this, and then he gonna come outside. We play.
Nothing is the presence of this moment. Tired.
No nap time today. Today your birthday, you know getting nap. You turn up.
Now, I do know how nasty a custody battle can get, but it's just unfortunate that it's being displayed for the whole entire world to see. Prayers for DDG, prayers for Halle. Fortunately, we do have a little good news ahead. Now, moving along from this hot ghetto mess, we do have good news from Kelis Rogers, the R&B singer, who has indeed purchased a 150-acre farm in Kenya and is now farming there. She's actively involved in growing crops, building businesses, and has plans to expand the farm to over 300 acres. Kelis has also expressed interest in building a luxury wellness retreat on the property.
Live from Kenya, with Kelis on her 150 acres, soon to be 300 acres of land.
Kenya's everything. Kenya has everything. It is the hub of East Africa for technology and finance and obviously agriculture. This is all privately owned land here. All the animals are free and they're running wild, and we're farming, and it's dope. We're building a little community out here.
What made you want to leave Hollywood and go to Nairobi?
I've got 3 kids, I've got a farm, I have a business. At first I was just like, I could never just pick it. We packed for a month, and the next thing you know, it was like 6 months later.
One of your children is getting homeschooled by artificial intelligence.
It adjusts to according to like what he's learning and what stage he's at. So it's never just like brushing past something and be like, okay, we got to get to the next stage. It's not rushing him into anything.
Do you feel the magnitude or the importance of what you're now doing in Kenya in terms of business and farming?
When people were like migrating from the East Coast to the West Coast for the gold rush and for mining and stuff, right? That's what Kenya is like right now. If we put our money in nations like this, it's unstoppable. I'm going to put my hard-earned money somewhere. I want to put it someplace where I can actually see it grow and I can actually see a benefit. And then we've got wildlife, so just working with all of the natural resources. We've got giraffes and zebras and elands and impalas and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes you'll get blessed with an elephant walking through. It's incredible. It's literally like God's country.
Now, I don't know about getting homeschooled by artificial intelligence, but I am certainly glad that we ended off on a high note. Now, next, we have Trump and Elon. I don't know what they're fighting for. I don't know what it's about, but I'm here for it. Let's take a look.
Today, it's about a man named Elon, and he's one of the greatest business leaders and innovators the world has ever produced. He stepped forward to put his very great talents into the service of our nation, and we appreciate it. And I just want to say that Elon has worked tirelessly helping lead the most sweeping and consequential government reform program in generations.
Sudden feud between the leader of the free world and the richest man in the world, the fight between Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. It went public yesterday, and it is much more than 2 powerful men sniping at one another in public. The fallout from this could affect all of us in one way or another, everything from the president's so-called big, beautiful bill and the tax cuts in it, and billions in government contracts, what people do with that tax money.
I'm very disappointed in Elon.
A simmering rift exploded into public view Thursday after Elon Musk spent all week bashing President Trump's signature tax and spending bill.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore.
The chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Musk, who Trump hired to cut federal spending, has been railing against what he calls the big, ugly bill, arguing it would add trillions of dollars to the federal deficit.
He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left.
The insults and threats escalated from there. Musk, who spent more than $200 million on the 2024 campaign, posted, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," adding, "Such ingratitude." Trump then threatened to terminate billions of dollars in government subsidies and contracts that go to Musk's companies. Musk quickly firing back, "Go ahead, make my day," adding SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. It's used to transport astronauts to the International Space Station. Though late Thursday, Musk seemed to back off that threat. The feud comes less than a week after Trump handed Musk a key to the White House as the billionaire left his role in the government.
And I'll continue to be visiting here and be a friend and advisor to the president.
Now Trump claims he asked Musk to leave the job, saying Musk was wearing thin. He also claims Musk went crazy when the big, beautiful bill rolled back tax credits for electric vehicles. Musk denies that, but the clash still sent Tesla stock plummeting 14 percentage points. The spat then got even more personal when Musk, without presenting evidence, posted this about the president and the late Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted child sex offender. "Time to drop the really big bomb," he said. "Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public." Trump did not respond to questions about those accusations from Musk. White House aides are downplaying it, and they're also trying to ratchet down the tension. They insist Trump is now going to shift his focus away from Musk and towards passing the big, beautiful bill. Musk, on the other hand, is saying Trump should be impeached.
So I thought that the Epstein files had been released, but I have no proof. But I've seen some names, like, because I was on it when it first came out. But obviously we're in some weird time loop or something. And yeah, they're not there anymore. So Elon has just dropped a bomb, I guess. I think we all knew that, though. But anywho, let me know your thoughts and let me know if you can recall the list as well. Now, the only concern anyone should even have is that when Elon did leave the White House, he left the White House upset. He was mad. Now, why did I say that? Well, it's because Elon was the head of Doge. The Department of Government Efficiency, Doge, is an initiative by the second Trump administration within the federal government of the United States. Its stated objective is to modernize information technology, maximize productivity and efficiency, and cut wasteful spending. It emerged from discussions between Donald Trump and Elon Musk in 2024 and was officially established by executive order on January 20th, 2025. Now listen very carefully. Members of Doge have filled influential roles at federal agencies that granted them enough control of information systems to terminate contracts from agencies targeted by Trump's executive orders. With small businesses bearing the brunt of the cuts, Doge has facilitated mass layoffs and the dismantling of organizations within the government and those that receive funding from the government. It has also assisted with immigration crackdowns and copied sensitive data from government databases. Now let me talk to y'all for a second about the ghetto going on here. Now you have a man who just left the White House, upset, with a black eye even. Obviously mad at the president, with very sensitive information. I'ma just let that sink in for a minute. This sensitive information, once again, involves people receiving government funding or people who have received government funding. Now, while the status of Doge is unclear and set to end on July 4th of 2026, we know that this man has left upset with a whole lot of information. Now, no need to worry or panic, but just let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments.
Elon Musk has just agreed with a user on social media that President Trump should be impeached. This user had posted, "The president versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached and J.D. Vance should replace him." Elon Musk just responding to that, yes, within the past 30 seconds or so. So as we're talking about, the future of the Republican Party, where is J.D. Vance in all this is an interesting question, right? Because J.D. Vance is somebody who does have a longer political timeline than Donald Trump. He is widely seen as the heir apparent to the MAGA movement, given that he's Trump's vice president. Does J.D. Vance draft more closely to Elon Musk? Does he draft more closely to Donald Trump in this fight? Does he position himself as a candidate for 28? Does he close the office door and not come out and not talk to anybody for a week? We'll see. But Elon here raising the prospect, at least rhetorically, not obviously we have to say not likely, but raising the prospect of replacing Donald Trump with J.D. Vance, guys.
Now, we thought that they were best friends at first, but oh, how the tables have turned. While all the BS was going on, this is the actual news that most of us missed. Take a look.
Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others. The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed. The list is subject to revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise, new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world.
Now, this is actually wild. How is any of this even happening? Now, here's a simple breakdown of what's actually happening.
If you live in one of these countries, you are now banned from going to the United States. That's because Donald Trump has now signed an executive order issuing a full travel lock on these 12 countries and then another partial ban on 7 more. He cited national security as the reason. He said on Truth Social, "We cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen." Interesting thing to note though is that whatever deal he made in Saudi, he's sticking to it. Because not only did he lift the 45-year-old sanctions on Syria, but he also didn't include them in this ban. However, the big difference between this travel ban and the one that he imposed in 2017, which came to be known as the Muslim ban, is that this order has no end date. It's permanent until further notice, whereas the Muslim ban only lasted 90 days. And that one sparked widespread protests, and thousands gathered at US airports to oppose the detainment of travelers. So it'll be interesting to see if this one has the same reaction from the public. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Trump's new travel ban or not?
Now, unfortunately, that is not the end of the trivial news for today. Take a look.
Don't scroll, this shit getting crazy, y'all. These 2 Chinese nationals just got caught smuggling a biological pathogen into the US, y'all. And it's not just any pathogen, y'all. They said this junk can wipe out entire wheat and corn supply, y'all.
2 Chinese nationals have been charged with smuggling a dangerous biological pathogen into the United States. And this pathogen is considered a serious threat to our food supply and thus our national security. Fox's David Spunt is here with all the details. David, this is terrifying.
Laura, it really is quite an interesting story. According to the Justice Department, one of them worked at a laboratory connected to the University of Michigan. The FBI arrested 33-year-old Yu Qing Zhan for allegedly smuggling in a fungus called Fusarium graminearum, which could be used as an agroterrorism weapon. The gases from the fungus could cause liver damage, vomiting, and reproductive defects in humans and livestock. DOJ officials say Zhan has direct ties to the Chinese Communist Party, and she works at the University of Michigan, and her boyfriend is connected to a university back in China. FBI Director Kash Patel, in an exclusive statement to Fox Digital, says this case is a sobering reminder that the Chinese Communist Party continues to deploy operatives and researchers to infiltrate our institutions and target our food supply, an act that could cripple our economy and endanger American lives. Smuggling a known agroterrorism agent into the U.S. is not just a violation of law, it's a direct threat to national security. I commend the FBI Detroit Division and our partners at CPB for stopping this biological threat before it could do real damage.
Now that concludes today's news. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the subscribe, follow the creators, and have a great day. I'm Love Jones, signing off. When I was growing up, I always did want to be a news reporter.